It's your boy ObZ here. Do it to life, before life, do it to you, do it to 2021. Whole year breast cancer awareness and personal growth. What's the one thing that I can do? It's such by doing it will make everything else easier or unnecessary. Then do it to it. Day 101. I was talking to my daughter last night. Today is Wednesday though. And we on the S of the ASK method, which is from Matthew chapter 7, which is seeking. We're constantly seeking with anticipation. These answers are starting to show up. They're starting to move. Me and my daughter, we had a talk last night. It's about the same thing, you know. Her and the God kids. She said, Dad, I've been in the Bible, seeking in the Bible for these stories. I said, but have you asked, you know, you hadn't found the answer there, but have you asked Google? Oh, man, you know what? I'm pretty much through with Google, man. They ain't gonna know nothing. I say, yeah, that's what your brain say. Your brain telling you you're through with Google, but you haven't asked Google nothing. Well, you know, I don't know what to ask you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this. What are you really asking and stuff like that? It's nothing to ask it, right? See, I'm just letting you know that's your brain talking. But let's just try it out, right? Let's just try it out. First, let's just see. She said, well, how am I going to even help somebody else with their own self-esteem? They got to do that themselves. I say, do they? Let's ask Google. Let's see what Google say on that. Let's try that, right? How to help somebody with low self-esteem. Let's see what it says. See if it come up with anything. All right, Dad, I'll go ahead and do it. I tried. You see. Bam. Answers. I kind of know that. Say, yeah, your brain gonna say all that, but this, okay. I hadn't tried these two right here. I said, that's what I'm saying. You hadn't tried these two. I know in your mind, and your mom saying, hey, this is that person's problem. But you worried about the God kids, but the mom and dad got a problem. Hey, I can't do it for them. They got to do it themselves. They got to do this. But it's all fine and dandy when you say, hey, look, man, they got to do that stuff themselves, and that makes sense. But if you still worrying about it, then that means you got to do some work. I know they should do it themselves. They should do it, but you the one worrying about it. So if you're going to continue to worry about it, then you might as well do the work. Now, if you ain't going to worry about it, then, hey, look, like me, I was helping a couple other parts of myself, and then didn't seem like they was listening, and it was requiring tremendous amount of energy. So, you know what I did? I could say, hey, look, that's their problem. I already told them what to do. They need to go ahead and do it. I hadn't been worried about it. Hadn't been thinking about it. But in this situation, because she want to go over there and see the kids, she done fell in love with the kids, and it's the welfare of the kids that she's looking for. You got to do some extra work. It's just all there is to it. You know? And she's like, okay, I see what you're saying. But the beautiful thing is you can't put a time limit on it. Because I know how you are. You want to put a time limit on it. And then when we put a time limit on it, or hey, they running out of time, oh man, I got to do this right now, that's when the frustration and stuff sets in. That's when it sets in. So you can't, I said, let me go ahead and get a time limit on it. 30 years. 30 years? Yeah, it's going to take 30 years to get this hammered out. Because if you set any other time limit on it, it's only going to lead to frustration. So put 30 years on it and go ahead and relax in that. Hey, it's going to take a long time. But you can go ahead and, I know your ego want to know about results, but you can go ahead and believe that everything that you have done or doing, even though you don't see immediate results, which is kind of the biggest enemy, rest assured you are moving the needle, changing their course or direction by a quarter of a degree. She started laughing. A quarter of a degree? That ain't nothing. I said, yeah, it don't seem like nothing right here. But as you go out, 5 years, God, you change your course a quarter degree in the airplane, where you think you're going to end up? You end up in Alaska somewhere. Start laughing. Yeah, I say, just rest assured, everything that you're doing, you're changing their course in history. You might not see it immediately, but I'm telling you, it's changed. Just like me, I'm on day 101. And I hadn't seen the results. So I didn't know what 101 would look like, but I know I got a firm foundation laid. Now I'm starting adding some more loads, some more bricks on top of it. Ready, since I got this firm foundation laid, so that's what I'm doing. See what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm doing. We're going ahead and get all this stuff laid out. That's what the seeking is. So when I woke up this morning, guess what I put on? Go to YouTube. Pull out the Bible. They already got it dramatized and all that. I already asked the Lord, hey, what book should I listen to today? Thumb through, pick one. I picked out the book of Joshua. And it said, this book of the law shall not depart out of your mouth. It said all those things as far as meditating on the word. But it was a thing that popped in my head that Moses couldn't go into the promised land. Joshua could because he was a warrior. This is a time of war. It's a time for peace, time for war, time for harvest. Everybody's made up of different things. And it reminded me that I have to delegate some duties, right? Can't do everything. And then back to surround myself with a good team, but having a great vision. You see what I'm saying? Having a great vision. So that's what I've been doing. So the rest of the day, I'm going to be looking for these answers. I'm going to be turning over stones. I'm going to be going for no. Because I know those answers are out there. You know, Joshua went out. They lost the war that he thought they should have won. He came back, and the first thing he go to the Lord and ask him some questions. He sit around and mope and make assumptions. Well, it could have been this, it could have been that. No, I said, Lord, what's going on? You said you were going to give us this land. Now these folks have ran us out. Now he complained a little bit, but he asked the question. Hey, look, somebody around you may have been stealing. I can't tolerate that stealing. Go find it, take care of the thief, and you back in the good graces. See, sometimes it's people on your team that's sabotaging, that's holding you back. And you can't be afraid. Now they burnt them, stoned them, and then kill them. But you ain't got to do that, but you may have to fire them. Even if it's your own relatives. I heard the guy say, man, I would, hire my daughter up here to help me out, man, but I don't want to have to fire. I got high standards. So let's go. We can delegate, but we got to be able to fire them if we have to. Praise Jesus. It's your boy Obz. Do it to life. For life, do it to you. Do it to 2021. Peace out.